Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dead Unicorn, the tabletop role-playing game club. It is wonderful to see you. You should sit down, get a nice big bowl of popcorn. This is the show. This is the show to enjoy with your husband's boyfriend. We're playing that went a little more somber than I thought. Everybody's kind of nodding sagely. Of course.
I was looking at Terry.
I was wheezing. I was like, okay, that caught me off guard.
You got it.
Oh, Corey's your boyfriend.
Your wife's boyfriend, right? Did I do the joke wrong?
Your husband's boyfriend.
Your husband's boyfriend. Your wife's boyfriend.
The 21st century. Obviously, your husband's boyfriend.
I don't know. These new, like, I don't know how to cuck people.
Clearly.
I'm very bad at it.
Hi, guys. Strange conversation to wander in on.
Welcome.
Sorry for being late. My computer is just being stupid slow. And Crystal, like the haircut. Looks good.
Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, everybody, be amazed at Crystal's hair. It's amazing.
It is amazing.
We're playing Legend of the Five Rings. It's Shadow Empire. We're really tight, weird spot. But hey, before we go there, thank you to all our patrons scrolling at the bottom. Glad to have you here. We use your money to pay for subscriptions, replace equipment, and hopefully get some new character art that would be not very nice. So thank you. We are starting a new thing where we're gonna have kind of background scenes played out on Discord. Character histories, how people met, things of that nature, starting with Shadow Empire. So, and I hope
Also,
we can go to that tour.
New promotion that we're doing. We're testing out the waters. Starting this game, we bring you a show where everybody is wearing pants.
Oh, yeah.
What?
You didn't tell me I had to do that today.
Oh, wait, we were supposed to be all wearing pants today.
Dude,
Missed the memo.
what did you spend that?
show.
I gave you Patreon money specifically to buy a pair of pants. What did you do with that money?
I asked, did he mean it in the British sense or the American sense? And he never answered. So I couldn't.
Yeah, no, I can see how that could be confusing.
No, you spent it on your wife's boyfriend. I know.
He needed a Twitch subscription. What was I supposed to do?
So there was a kerfuffle with the poll last week, and we couldn't read the poll. I thought I didn't make a poll. I did. It was YouTube that wouldn't show me the poll. So I'm using, since everybody got a void point last game.
YouTube's so bad about showing poll.
But I let the old poll ride, and with 33% of the vote, Moshi Sora is the winner of the poll, which means she gets a special bonus this game. There will be a new poll every Monday. And that's it. We can begin. Nice try, Matt. You messed it up.
Well, I'll never make my dreams of becoming a juggler true anytime soon.
So, what happened last game? Well, they entered the village of the spider after gaining the special artifact they need to help the spider. Whether they want to, maybe they don't want to. We're just checking out what's going to happen. But the one of the spider guards decided to challenge for the item, and Naren accepted that challenge. She cut off the man's arm, but he was able to strike back and cut her throat. And as she was bleeding out, Kuranagi was going to act like she was helping her, but instead let her die. But then chains came out of the cave where the sage is supposed to reside and grabbed her and dragged her in. The spider stopped Kuronagi from getting into the cave because they were told that she was not supposed to enter, but the rest could. The others ran down into the cave, where they noticed crystals embedded in the sides of the cave walls. Now these caves are also they're semi-worked, and there's crystals embedded in them, and then you get into a large area.
Do we have a map?
A not a large area, but just a room. You follow into a room where you find the Sage of Spiders.
As Corey explores the cave, he's wondering to himself, why is my wife's face all over the place?
Narn is being held in the chains, and the Sage of Spiders looks at the rest of you as you enter, and he says, I will not allow a minion of that shadow to unmake someone in my own village. This room also has crystals dotted within it. You may react. Unless you'd like to do Tarek first and Kuronagi and what she's doing outside to get in.
I mean, yeah, Kuronagi was trying to get in for sure. I don't think it was working though, as people, I believe, came out and.
Oh yeah, more monks are coming to like stop you and grab you. You can escape away from the village, but you can't get into that cave because you can't shadow jump into it, even though it's dark in there.
Do they seem to be very hostile toward me all of a sudden?
Towards you?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, they're quite hostile towards you. They were fine before this entire thing happened, but now it seems like their kind of mask has dropped toward their feelings of you, and they really don't like you.
It's arachnid versus arachnid. Could be helped.
So this is gonna be a problem. I need to get the fuck out of here before somebody starts crunching down on me. I guess I am going to try to take off.
Okay. You will be able to do that since you can shadow jump, and I'll just let that happen.
Okay. Yeah, I will get the fuck out.
Okay.
No other option.
Inside the cave.
All right, so so Daisuke will ask, the head monk, what do you mean? Like, she was dying right in front of us. They couldn't do anything for her.
She is very well taken care of here. And you see, like, there are now, like, spiders crawling on her, and they're, like, sewing up her wounds with their silk.
Nice.
Well, Daisuke is clearly uncomfortable with witnessing it, but he's, gonna keep his mouth shut at this point.
He says, the lying darkness's servant is not allowed within my sanctum. And it is distressing that you would trust such a person.
Lying darkness? I'm not quite understanding.
The crane's education seems to be lacking.
So out of character, I'm sure Daisuke is not really aware that the Scorpion has, delved that deep into dark magic. He just thinks that they're just sort of like,
I don't think
black sheep of
anyone would know anything about the stuff Kuranagi's into.
Mhm.
You
I don't
wouldn't think
anyone
that,
would
right?
either.
You wouldn't think that.
Let's see, where were we? Find
But-
It's about her ability to see in the dark, because that's the only thing Youngso knows that Kuranagi can do.
That is one of the many skills your friend has. And she has been keeping a great many secrets from you.
So is everyone.
It seems to be a trend in these days.
I thought I was being honest with you all.
Where is
Bags of rice.
Since that day.
where is the your captive, by the way? Out of character. Did you
Oh, we definitely brought. I think we either brought him in and left Nagi or Youngso to watch over Kitsu Satoru.
Kuranagi had to get the fuck up out of that place.
I thought you guys were going to take him into the cave because there was no
Yeah.
way for y'all to not
so
like keep him with you was the goal.
Satoru
so-
will speak up at this point, and he says, Sage of Spiders, I am not part of this group or whatever Shisuro Kuranagi is up to, but I would like to offer you a deal to rejoin the
Shut
Empire.
up.
Don't let him talk.
And
He's a politician.
You
Shut
say,
him up.
shut up. And the Sage of Spiders says, I agree. Quiet. And he snaps his fingers and more chains wrap around him. You are more a pawn than these samurai here before me. Now,
Thank you.
you three have a choice. You can stop me and fulfill the wishes of Shisuro Kuranagi. Kill me here. I have no friends. I am chained. Or you can hear me out. Listen to my story. It is one that many a samurai does not know or could quite reject.
We're not here to kill you.
Neither am I. We'll listen to you.
And simply a point. Kuranagi was merely going to let what happened happen. She was not actively ending anything.
Like Daisuke kind of looks at Youngso, finally kind of picking up what was going on.
Yeah, because Youngso was the only person who actually knew.
Is that true? Moshi, Sora, Doji, Daisuke, were you not attempting to help Naren?
I was attempting to help. I just wasn't privy to what the
And
others.
yet, Kuranagi actively deceived you.
That brings me quite a bit of trouble because she has helped me quite a bit throughout the forest.
It is the way of the Shoshiro. I was born Shoshiro Hiro.
That
I
explains.
was indoctrinated into the ways of the Shoshiro clan. the torture I had to endure, the self, my sense of self ebbing away. I had to find a way to reject it. And here I sit, chained to these walls, afraid to walk out of this cave.
What is it that you fear outside of the cave?
What resides within me?
I see.
In the beginning of everything, there was nothing. And the nothing desired companionship. And so created the heavens and earth. And then it feared what it had created and regretted making it because it had lost so much in doing so. These are the 3 sins of the samurai. These are the things we are taught from a very early age to reject. But these are the exact things that will save us. This nothing is a thing. It is sentient. It wishes to destroy us all. And the Shasuro are using it as a tool. A tool they think they can control, but it controls them. It has seeped into the walls of the Imperial Palace. More and more do its bidding, whether they know it or not. I have seen it.
Does the name Gozoku mean anything to you?
I have heard this word. All of those that are part of this conspiracy that the Shosuro have created have used this name. It is supposed to be something of an honor, but it is a subversion.
That is something we did not know, that it started with the Shasuro.
The Shosuro has captured much, starting with the Scorpion clan itself. Even its clan champion is within its grip. One day I hope to return to my clan and save it.
Our group is opposed to them. and Kuranagi is a part of our group.
Interesting.
Just as you've rejected their ways, she currently walks alone.
I will consider what you have said, but I am skeptical. I see conspiracy everywhere.
We
If
have.
one stares at webs long enough, one only sees the threads.
Well, our group has been chased down by a contingent of Scorpion Clan uh, Bushi, and Kuranagi has been actively fighting against them with us.
Narin is slowly lowered. You no longer have dying 3. But you still have you are now lightly wounded in your fire. And he says you may take the samurai with you. And if she still wishes, and if you believe she wishes to take her life, if she wants that, she may perform that action herself. You are free to leave and consider what I have said. When you have come to a conclusion, return to me. I would like to hear your thoughts.
Daisuke respectively bows and picks up Naurin and gets ready to go with the rest of the group outside of the cave to discuss what just happened.
I will keep this one. I want to hear what he has to say. But you may return for him.
Oh, Satoru.
We also wish to hear what he has to say, but he is under compulsion to be unable to speak the truth.
Really?
Anytime he attempts to speak, the words become breathless from his voice.
Useless. The chains slack and let him fall to the ground.
It
You
is
may
why
take
we
him
are.
then.
It is
You know
why
how
we are
bad
taking
we've all
him
wanted to
with
do that
us.
to Satoru this whole time? Drop his ass?
We are attempting to have that spell rescinded from his being. We are attempting to make our way to Mamikake in Crablands to have that spell.
Can you say that again?
Sorry, I'm trying to pronounce it properly. It's like Mamikake.
Mamikake.
Like,
Yeah, you got it. Mamikake.
uh-huh. Yeah, so
Lake
that's
Titicaca.
that's the big old circle. So essentially, Daisuke explains they're trying to get rid of the spell on Kitsu Satoru so he could essentially spill the beans. To kind of cut things short and sweet. I know you love roleplay, Corey, but you know how badly I tend to mess up.
Well, I'm sending you off with your friends to discuss things, and then you can come back.
Yeah, will do.
Now, before we leave,
Yes.
when we return, may Kuranagi accompany us?
No. I will not have him in my presence.
But yes.
Or her. Yeah, I will not have her in my presence.
Will she at least be safe as long as she does not cause trouble?
I will give orders that she may walk amongst my men, my pilgrims.
Thank you.
One more thing
What?
before you go. There's a contingent of scorpions, samurai, and ninja walking within my domain.
We heard about that. We are fairly certain they are following us, trying to get to this man.
That makes sense. I will meditate on this information.
Right.
Once we are, I grab a hold of Kitsu Satoru's arm and drag him with us. And once we are outside again, I go, I'm starting to think that with his talking about fearing what's within himself, the reason he doesn't want Kuranagi in his presence is he's worried it'll interact.
That could be a possibility.
He's told us he is from the Shasuro family and that
Yes.
he has the darkness in him. Maybe not in so many words, but he has said that.
There is a possibility we might need to also make sure to. What was the Kuranagi's? Hold on, what was it like? Giri again? Hopefully, it doesn't have to involve with the involve the Sage of Spiders, considering that he helped us.
You guys walk out of the cave discussing this. You see your horses and no Kuranagi.
Well, she was probably scared off.
I will see if there are. I mean, there's guards around, monks.
Yep. They're monks.
I'll go over to them and ask them if they saw where she went.
They say she disappeared like a shadow.
That makes it difficult. Thank you.
I resecure the prisoner on Hayate.
Okay.
Thank you.
Your guide
And-
is there. He stands ready to help.
Would there be any area for us to convene and rest?
He's like, he bows just this way.
All right, so Daisuke will follow along, still carrying Naorin. He's gonna fuss over her, making sure that her wounds are gonna be okay. So he'll do some treatments himself if he can help
What a
it
mother
once they
hen.
settle down. Huh?
What a mother hen.
Part of the securing of Kitsu Satoru at this time will be using my ruined kimono to gag him and do the hanging cloth over his face thing.
Okay.
Because
more
I'm
words.
sick of him trying to turn people against us, so I'm just not going to let him talk till we get back to the castle we're taking him to.
You know what? That is so valid of you.
He is rather annoying.
And because Young So is irritated at this man anyway, I've spared him 3 separate times now, and he's still trying to fuck me over. I'm not too gentle in tying these things on him.
He takes you to a home that has a
Paddle.
that has 2 rooms to it. One seems to be like a communal room, and another seems to be like a private room. He says, "You may stay here." It seems to be furnished. Very, very slight. It has like aphorisms on the wall about this particular sect. It has some text. It has a shrine. Yeah.
All right. What's at the shrine?
Ooh. It's a shrine to spiders.
I'm not surprised.
I could imagine like a monk watching us pick a spider off of a web and just like flat out eats it in front of us. What you gonna do?
I mean, we eat at least what is it?
Three cockroaches.
3 spiders a week or something like that.
Spider
There's an
George, who
acceptable
eats
number of,
10,000 spiders a day, should not have been counted.
Okay,
There's like an
yeah.
acceptable limit of cockroaches in ground coffee, in instant coffee.
Spider George is a myth.
Is he?
Maybe he's not. Spider George is real.
Do you know that some people?
The truth
who
is,
work
we
at-
don't eat any spiders.
Yeah,
0 per year. Unless
I
we
mean,
do it
unless we're
intentionally.
actively wanting to eat them. I mean, we do. Some people have it.
Tarantula time.
Sorry. Can they hear you?
I have had fried tarantula.
Can y'all
Doesn't have
hear
a lot of a
Sasha?
taste. It's mostly crunch.
Can y'all hear Sasha?
Hello, can y'all hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
now we can hear you.
You sound a little soft to me, but otherwise fine.
Okay, just checking.
I think the problem was that everyone else was also talking.
I just never know if it's that or if it's my mic phasing out, because
That happens. Yeah.
that does happen a lot, and then I don't know. So gotta ask.
Anyways, you are in this cottage. There is a teapot. There is some water. There is you look in the back room and there are some tatami mats.
You know what? Who's stressed? I think I will do a tea ceremony for all of us to relax.
Naren can wake up whenever Sasha deems that she's good to be conscious and active.
I could definitely use the de-stressing.
Uh,
Though,
I
young
will
so
never say no to tea.
I'm actually liking the hospitality of our hosts here better than our previous one.
Certainly.
Though, how do you say it for the rat folk again?
Nezumi?
Nezumi. Okay, then back in character. Though the Nezumi weren't bad hosts either.
They forced us to rub their filth on top of themselves.
I don't know.
Well,
if I can hear
the
you.
Village of Flowers could stand to use some improvements in their treatment of guests. Though I
Rats
think,
forced us to
though I
like,
think,
rub their excrement on ourselves before they talk to us, and you think that was better than
I'm sorry, what did you say, Tarek? I couldn't quite hear you from the
Don't
distance.
go to your mic, Tarek, if you're going to be a shitter. They can't hear you from all the way over
I
there.
said the ratlings forced us to rub their excrement all over ourselves before they would meet with us, and you're saying that was better hospitality than the Sage of
Then the
Flowers?
Sage of Flowers, yes.
I agree. I'm just saying, let's all
I
agree
mean,
Yeah.
Naurin doesn't,
to the terms.
but, you know. That's special.
Well, she had some fun.
Mhm. I think Daisuke was the only one who
That's why we
around.
don't like it.
Yeah, you should try it sometime.
Yeah, whereas Young So
I'm
nearly had
trying,
his
but
chest
Sora
shaved in.
seems to be completely oblivious of my.
At
So
least
your
with the
advances.
Nezumi, they traded with us and were polite. The Sage of Flowers in that village, I almost had my chest caved in.
I think the scorpions still played a part in it too. They probably did something strange with the villagers.
True, but
I didn't do nothing to nobody. You can't prove it.
Not you specifically, Kuranagi.
Nothing
Wait a
to
minute.
know what
I'm not
you
even
have.
there.
I'm innocent, I tell you, innocent.
I guess if you guys are going to like take some time and set up a tea ceremony, that Naurin will probably wake up at some point during that.
Sure. Matt, make your tea ceremony roll.
All right, so it's a TN2 performance void check. So they find my performance, void it out, TN2, and let's go. Well, at least I made the TN.
You did.
Thank you, Dookie. Add a strife and get rid of 3. So let's see, to describe
Everybody
it.
in the tea ceremony gets rid of 3, or how many people?
Yeah. So let's see. Um, Targeting yourself and a number of other characters up to your ranks in culture, which is rank 1.
You +1.
So yourself and one other person.
Let's see. Ranks in culture who are also participants. Up to one other participant may assist, providing the additional benefits, which I completely forgot to add to that. My bad. Each target removes 3 strife.
Okay,
Plus additional
you
strife
and
equals your
Ide,
bonuses.
you and Ide Youngso remove 3 strife. By the way, I think your mic you're using the wrong mic.
The wrong side?
No.
No, wrong mic,
Yeah,
as in
I
it's
don't
going
hear-
through your webcam.
I don't hear
Again?
anything when you're touching that mic, so it's definitely off.
Give me a sec.
Okay, hopefully it changed. Because
Oh, that's so much better.
Yeah, that's way better.
okay, so I don't know why. It was saying it was on this specific mic, and I switched it to.
It's okay. It's okay. It's done now. Crystal, while they're doing a tea ceremony, what would you like to do? I know there's something very important that needs to be done right now.
Something very important.
Super duper important.
Hit Naren with a fiery bonking stick of healing.
Don't do that. Don't hurt me.
That removes fatigue.
Yeah.
I know. That sounded funny all the
I
same.
mean-
You do have a PC that can remove a fellow PC that can remove conditions.
True.
Yeah, I mean,
I have ranks in medicine.
the most important thing I can think of right now is trying to find Kuranagi.
I agree. I think that's a good idea.
I could just imagine accidentally playing the entire session without trying to search for Kuranagi. It's like, when is she gonna come back? And she's like all huddled in a bush. It's like, those fuckers forgot me. Ugh.
Again.
All right.
I had to survive in the forest. I made I decided to tame the spiders around me. They're now my pets. We catch birds together. I've gone native. So I guess you go
Okay.
out.
I would like to use survival as a tracking role
No, you're in the tea
You
ceremony.
guys are doing a tea ceremony.
after the tea ceremony to try and help find Kuranagi.
We'll see. Tea ceremony's a downtime, so it takes a while. Crystal's first.
I'm gonna go back to the general vicinity of the cave mouth,
Okay.
and since Kuranagi wouldn't have left tracks, is this close to like a wooded area or something?
There's a shadowy wooded area with spider webs and such.
All right, I'm gonna take a little bit of a walk into the woods.
Sure. You walk forward, you pull out your staff and you're like, I don't want webs on my face.
yeah.
Because, you don't want to... After a while, Tarek, Kuranagi sees Moshi Sora wandering around the outskirts of the village where you're kind of waiting for them, I'm sure, unless you had some other plans.
Just trying to get away enough that I can feel safe, or safe-ish, and then wait to see if I can get a rendezvous with them.
Okay, you see Moshi Sora.
I keep an eye out to see if there's anyone else nearby.
Okay,
With her.
you track her for about a minute or two while you're seeing if there's anybody else that's following. You do not see a follower.
Okay. Then she will kind of pop out, make a little like bird noise, and see if I can catch Sora's attention.
Wow, the birds sure are lovely this time of year.
A look for the bird.
It's weird because since you entered the domain of spiders, there are less and less bird song the closer you get to the village.
They're bird-eating spiders.
They are.
Slightly creepy.
Okay.
Not the only one afraid of spiders now.
Kuronagi,
Zara,
if you're around.
what's going on? They started attacking me as soon as y'all left. They wouldn't let me go in to see Naurin. Is she okay?
She's okay.
What did they do to her?
Those spiders have amazing healing abilities. I would not mind seeing if I can learn more about that. But,
Really?
she's okay. She's just unconscious now. A little bit injured, but she should recover soon.
Okay.
The Sage of Spiders says that you're not allowed to be in his presence, but
What
as
did I
long
do?
as you don't cause any trouble, you'll be safe in the village.
All seems rather strange to me, but yes.
I'm not sure what exactly is going on with him, but he called you a minion of the lying darkness.
What? That's a lot of words.
No, I'm not. What? No.
It's so crazy. You're crazy.
So funny.
Mountain, Charlie. Candy Mountain.
Look at you. You're just such a weirdo.
But also, from what was said while we were in there, it sounds like you were just going to let Naurin die.
Look, I know Naurin very well. And trust me when I say that that wasn't something that was easy. She gave me a look and it told me everything I needed to know.
Of course, it couldn't be an easy decision. I'm glad you were foiled, though. And if she still wants to die, then it can be her decision.
So what now?
Well, we have housing. If you like, I can show you to where we're staying. Like I said, you're guaranteed safety here. You're simply not wanted in the presence of the sage.
This is all very strange. I mean, I solved their colon.
I don't understand it either.
Must be something going on with this person. Did they say anything else?
He said he used to be Shosuro. He was Soshuro Hiro. And he left because of the tortures he endured in that upbringing. He is afraid of the darkness inside of himself, and that's why he's chained himself away. He's also familiar with the Gozoku. He knows about their conspiracies. I think that we should have these people as an ally.
I mean, I can't say that I disagree, especially if they have a lot of information about it, but I can't help but feel a little bit worried about my safety.
I'm sorry. I know it's difficult for you.
Well, I guess what's most important is making sure that Naren is safe at this point. That should be our priority.
Yes, Naurin comes first. The others are all at the house. If you like, I can take you there.
Certainly. That would be helpful. Hopefully we don't get sidetracked.
I can't hear you, Tarek.
Said hopefully we don't get sideswiped by people who would rather see me gone. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Can you still hear me? Okay.
Yes.
So
You're fading in and out.
you make it back to the village, and you think you're being watched. It's hard to tell though. They're wearing hoods, but you got enough vigilance that you're like, yeah, I think they're
Getting the sense
they're
people are
definitely
watching.
turning their heads towards you as they pass.
Well, Kuranagi feels very she's displaying signs that she feels very paranoid about the situation. But she's gonna keep
You both pass a monk with walking walking up the village with one arm totally cocooned in spider webs.
Okay.
I
Weird
wonder
flex,
who
but
that is.
Is he like off in the distance or like
No,
right there?
I mean, you're walking this way, he's walking that way, and y'all pass each other.
The arm goes in the square hole.
Just mean mugging ya. It's like,
They're just action figures. You can snap the little peg back in. And
as long as the peg's in the right hole.
The peg goes in the square hole.
I file that away in my head.
The long
Yeah, I
triangle.
keep an eye on that guy as we walk by. I give him like a look of anger and frustration. Making
y'all
it clear that I do not like this person.
y'all make it to your cottage. Mind you, this is one of the cottages that are finished. There's not a lot of them. So they have given you a bit of preferential treatment, even though the accommodations aren't like amazing. But
We'll
you
have
do
to do
hear
that for now.
you do hear the sawing of wood, the forging of chains.
Lots and lots of chains.
I should really like change the aesthetic a little, so like the houses, the cottages are kind of wrapped and held together by big thick chains. Right?
That's silly.
Yeah.
I like that.
But yeah, it's
I
fine.
mean, it is silly, but it's a fantasy game, right?
Yeah.
and a suspended walkway that goes between the houses with ramps
And-
going in and out.
And the entry areas have 3 pillars because they are always talking about the 3 things, and those 3 pillars are all tied together.
Ooh, that's awesome. Hey, thanks for like filling out my lore a bit, guys. I love it.
I was imagining that they would have completely completely tree-bound housing, where they build their houses out of like big trees, and they have like rope walkways and stuff
Oh.
that kind of look like a spider web. And where have you ever seen like people who do like intense tree climbing? They build rope passageways where they interweave a bunch of ropes so that they can have like platforms to stand on.
Maybe you should suggest it to them, and then they'll, because I can't change it that much right now.
I mean, you're writing a book. Change it later.
Change it in the book, yeah.
I
Hey
could
guys,
imagine.
have you ever thought of living more like
Okay.
spiders?
We're gonna stop you guys from entering because Naren's gonna wake up as the tea ceremony ends, and you can have a scene before they enter, and I can then tell you exactly when they enter the scene.
Sure. Well, so Naren just sits up sharply. She's very quiet. She doesn't make a lot of noise. She doesn't say anything. She just sits up.
Your neck is wrapped in spider silk.
With how recent the injury is, you think she'd be able to talk? Like, so speaking out of character right
Yes, she can talk.
now. Okay.
But you can change your voice to be raspy or however you want to talk. If you would like to do that, you don't have to.
I was gonna have her not be able to talk until the lightly wounded went away,
Oh,
or
okay.
like it will be painful to talk, so she
Yeah.
shan't.
That makes sense. Sure.
Because I mean, she just did have her throat sliced open, so I figured it would be fitting. So she just sits up and looks around, and then reaches up to her throat and starts to like gently prod at the bandages and like the spider silk.
All right, and I assume Daisuke might be facing like perpendicular from her, so maybe he might have taken notice of her getting up.
You both notice.
Okay, so Daisuke, like walks over to Naren to check in on her. Are you feeling it a bit any better? Probably can't speak at the moment. Makes sense. A lot of things to discuss. What happened?
Would you like a cup of tea, Naren? I think we have one left.
No.
All right, not yet.
Well, Moshisora went to find Kuronagi, so hopefully they will be with us shortly.
She looks a bit perplexed at that comment, but then she nods.
Before you go to sleep tonight, you should drink something. You did lose a lot of fluids.
Naren will like nod once more, kind of bow her head to the two of them. She doesn't know exactly what happened. She's a bit confused. But she will like.
Oh no.
She froze.
Does this cottage have any amount of like rooms in it?
It has one other room.
It has one other room.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're probably gonna be sharing space as we rest.
Right. For now, she will leave her stuff on the ground. And she will just get up quietly and pad over to the other room and take a seat and start to meditate.
Okay. I guess Moshisora and Kuronagi can walk in at this time.
All right. And obviously Naren is not there.
Well, not in her bed, but she is
went
in
to
the
another
other
room.
Mm-hmm.
She is invisible.
Young So looks up as you guys walk in and goes, I'm so glad she found you, Kuronagi. There is much to discuss.
They chased me off real well.
Well, I understand the sage's reason, but
Really?
I assumed you were more loyal to your family than to our mission.
I mean, I've been having to kill members of my family in order to keep us alive.
yes,
We explained that to him, and that's why he said that the guards would be informed that you're allowed.
Strange. I wonder if they got the memo. They all been staring daggers at me as I walk through the street.
Well,
'cause-
orders don't mean they have to be happy about it.
Was that fair?
And good news, Naren woke up.
She did?
yes,
Where is she?
she's in the
She
other
went
room
into the-
contemplating.
She wanted a moment. We told her we'd explain things once you had returned. That way we wouldn't have to explain it multiple times.
Suppose that's fair.
There's still a cup of tea if you'd like.
To be honest, I think I'm okay.
Fair
Did
enough.
Did she go to the other room?
Yes.
I want to check on her and make sure she's okay.
Naren doing a handstand in the corner. No. I'm just kidding.
If that's how she chooses to meditate, that's how she chooses to meditate.
Lifting rocks with her
Whatever.
mind while holding a Muppet up with her foot.
But
It's
that's
like, I
really
need more
only
blood
good
in my
training
head.
when you're in a swamp.
Well,
Since Naren was still bleeding, there's like a little bit of blood like leading into the other room on the like on the floor.
I think
don't
most of the
think you're
blood has been
bleeding
kind
that
of cleaned
bad.
up.
And the spider web's holding anything else in.
Well, I still have the bleeding condition, so I'm, still bleeding.
I thought
No, just the
you...
wounded
actively-
condition.
Yeah, just lightly wounded.
No, I mean, Corey said to remove severely wounded and drop it down to lightly wounded and to remove dying. So that's what I did. Was I also supposed to remove bleeding?
Yeah, you should remove like there's nothing bleeding.
sewed you
here.
up.
They sewed you up. Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't know you were bleeding. Yeah, you can remove bleeding as well. Yes.
I didn't want to, assume.
Actually, I'm pretty sure we got rid of bleeding before she even got pulled into the cave.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Oh.
Well, there's Naren meditating.
Her meditating is actually doing push-ups.
There's
Naren?
Naren.
That's a real, not joke.
There's Naren doing calisthenics.
Yeah.
Hey, don't you think you should be taking it easy?
She continues doing push-ups.
Mind if I take a look at your wounds? Sure, it's pretty painful.
After a few more push-ups, when she kind of gets the vibe that you're like not just gonna like walk away at this point, she'll stop, sit down, cross her legs, face toward Kuranagi.
Did they literally put spider webs on your neck?
She starts like glancing at her neck, like she can't
Yeah,
see, so she doesn't know what it was. She's like
No.
How about you lay down?
like a cat that has like a piece of toast on its head. You know what I mean?
Lay back a bit. What I can do.
She looks very perplexed once again, and she just lays back.
Kuranagi will walk over and pull out her battlefield medicine kit and start doing what she can. Assessing the damage, you are lightly wounded in how many rings?
Just one ring.
And then any
Uh-oh.
other conditions?
I am compromised. I'm very, very compromised.
Oh, actually,
Hence the aggressive
no.
push-ups.
Yeah,
Everybody,
we should be down.
Boom. Attention. When you walked out of the
Cave.
Sage's cave, yeah, the tension drops. Everybody's boom. That said,
Very lovely.
That said, Tarek, you can't do any regular medicine with the spider webs in the way, because these spider webs are basically bandages and such that take up.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I wasn't planning on doing regular medicine. I was just pulling out the kit to try to do diagnostics, quote unquote. But I'm actually just casting a spell to try to. Here is a Pathfinder Beast.
She pulled out her stethoscope.
Hey, Dragon Legion, Naren loves your well wishes. he says, he or she says, "I'm drunk AF, but hopefully Naren doesn't die."
Okay. You can heal back 3 points of fatigue and no longer be lightly wounded in your ring.
There you go.
No strife, right? Just fatigue.
Mhm.
I didn't get enough opportunity to get both.
Checking.
I thought I heard a
There
cat
we go.
behind me. Guess not.
There's one.
But I'm sure it is relaxing to know that your fire is no longer on fire.
So after
She's very gentle about the healing and very deliberate, and then lifts up Naren's head and puts like a folded piece of cloth underneath it. She goes, "You don't need to say much. Just try to rest, okay? Do you want me to get you some tea?"
she kind of like tests how easy it is for her to swallow at this point. And then after contemplating it for a few moments, she nods.
Don't do anything silly. Just rest, okay?
As soon as Kurnagi leaves, the push-ups turn into sit-ups.
She busts out her Ring Fit Ring Fit Switch device and starts.
Working on that fitness gram pacer test.
She starts closing her rings on her Apple Watch.
So Kurnagi will pop out and then look around, walk over to the teapot, pour a cup. She's wants some tea.
To
I assume
clarify,
this,
out of
like,
character.
cottage is like pretty small, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Assuming if would Kurnagi have closed the door or left it open?
Mm.
Probably closed it to give Naren her privacy.
Okay, cool. Just checking. What were you saying, Matt?
Well, I wanted to hear Tarek clarify what he was saying, because out of character, I couldn't hear him. I was like, "What?"
Tarek, you got a lot of reverb.
Reverb?
Yeah.
So my apologies. I don't want to make my speakers too much louder, otherwise you'll hear feedback from my speakers instead.
Is that
there
any
should
better?
be
Yes.
individual volume controls under everyone now. So you can turn up just Tarek if you need to. Or at least on
Everything-
mine, everybody's on full, so turn down everyone else.
Turn down everyone else and then max out the volume on your speed. I don't know. Tarek, can you talk again?
So she goes and grabs stuff from.
It's louder. It's still got a reverb, but go ahead.
She goes and grabs the tea from the from the room, from the teapot, and then says she just wanted some tea. I think she's doing better, but still, it's gonna take some.
Which Hanafuda card is she carrying? I'll take it off of her hand so that way the curse won't set on her as she's recovering.
Don't know.
Probably might need to do that then.
Goten, maybe.
So Daisuke will quickly take care of that and get Naren's attention from the door.
Okay, Naren, the door is knocking.
She's still
And-
doing sit-ups.
So Daisuke will walk right on in. Naren, I will need to take your Hanafuda card for a moment. I would like you to make a full recovery without the curse of the Hanafuda card, setting in as you're resting. Could you hand it over to me?
Looks like he's become a gentleman.
She stops doing her sit-ups, like glances over to like her pack and stuff, which is all still in the other room, and she simply says, like with a very raspy voice, "Do you think there are any children here to punch me that will slow my recovery?"
I mean, I could find you a couple if you wanted to.
I am not all that concerned, but feel free.
All right. Well, Daisuke will, still take it just in case.
Okay, you notice that the artifact is still in her belongings.
Hmm?
The kite net.
The sticky stick.
The butterfly
spider
net.
webs. So it's a sticky stick.
Well, Daisuke is not really going to do anything with it. We assume that we're going to still bring it in when we go speak with the Sage of Spiders. Regardless, we just kind of forgot to give it back to him because of all the hullabaloo that happened. So we'll definitely save it for once we can reconvene with the Sage of Spiders.
Okay, you grab the card. You go back out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was the one that Bishamans that caused the difficulty to recover, right?
That's right.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, like
I have that one.
out of character and in character, I could not remember which card she had, so he wanted to make sure that just to
That's fine.
take
I
it.
have the one that makes kids hate me.
Yeah, I know. It's like whatever. She doesn't need the stress right
now. You go back with everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
What are you guys talking about?
Whew, lots of things need to be addressed.
Well, like what?
Sataru was also gagged and has a big cloth over his head.
Finally.
We will feed him after talking. Let the adults speak right now.
They painted a giant eye on it.
Is Naurin still in the other room?
Yeah, no one mentioned to her that there was anything to discuss.
Yeah.
So she doesn't know.
Youngso specifically said, "We'll tell you what happened once Kuranagi comes back."
Yes.
And you said that Sealy after you were referring to Tarek.
It slipped my mind, to be honest. So, so essentially, you could bring it up to Daisuke and say, "Oh, do you remember about the meeting?" And Daisuke would be like, "Oh, of course. My apologies."
So what's going on?
So, the Sage of Spiders revealed some relatively interesting information about the Soshiro family, considering that he was a part of it himself.
Oh?
Like the personification of the nothing.
And also that the Chosoro are behind the forming of the Gazoku.
Is that so?
Apparently it started with the clan champion.
It didn't sound to me like he said it
Bayushi
started with
family?
him.
Oh, you're right. He said that it goes to and includes the clan champion.
Yes.
But it started with the Chosuro.
The Bayushi family is involved too?
The entire Scorpion clan is.
Oh. Wonder what that means about the unicorn.
It means that our top lead, we have made sure, is not a part of them and is free and clear.
But what does
Whether
that
there
mean
are
about the
still
rest of your
agents
clan?
within the unicorn, well, let's just say my uncle's already hunting them.
It's a worrying proposition.
I also have to consider something as well. Because I did notice that there were, I mean, like during the wedding gathering before any of the ceremonies started, we had the Kikita head at the wedding as well, and I did
There were
see
many
her in
framed
passing.
there.
Yes. Hmm.
Because it was Motonomen,
Yes.
The pink
the guest
frame.
list was a who's who of Rokugan.
Hmm.
She's involved.
I think there's much more than just um, attendees.
Both Kakita
Well-
Runa and my my lord are involved.
Of course.
They had me act as a messenger.
They were communicating between each other.
I had to deliver a note. I copied it and deciphered it, but not before it was too late and I had to already deliver it.
Well, it makes sense as to why she wasn't. She didn't seem so upset when we were all detained in the large guest house.
I can't help but wonder if even the arrangements surrounding my, shall we say, acceptance into the Scorpion clan were all a part of this plot.
Do you think so?
It would take a long time to take over an entire clan like that. And obviously, they were trying to take over the unicorn, too.
Obviously.
So we know they've succeeded in taking over one clan and attempted a second. That means that this has been going on for probably longer than I've been alive.
I do not believe in coincidence and the fact that my lord and Kakita Runa were working together, and the fact that my husband was a pawn suggests that these actions were set into motion a long time ago.
Let's not forget, they've already infiltrated the imperial families. The Deer clan are helping them arrange marriages to spread their influence.
And what about Otomo Ayuri? She seemed very spooked about something.
Perhaps she knew more than she was letting on.
Oh dear.
Personal opinion may not have any truth to it, but I think she is aware of as much, at least, as us, but I do not think she is a part of it.
That's
Not
exactly what I'm
directly.
saying. She seemed terrified about something in particular, but she would never reveal what she knew that made her so afraid.
Hmm.
Wouldn't that suggest that she knew the extent of what was going on? Has anyone kept in touch with her?
Of course I have. I've kept in touch with Tomo Ayuri, mostly under the pretense of needing any advice about
Mostly the
poetry.
pretense of wanting to get into her pants.
When was the last time?
I am not as uncouth as the rest of you are.
Daisuke, make a sentiment check.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, all right.
Meanwhile, Youngso is going. I
All right.
never
So should
had
I
the
animal?
courage to send her.
I'm gonna
a
say that the TN is hidden. for
Hidden?
you. Yeah.
Okay.
Sentiment, it'll
Should
be-
I analyze
sentiment
what was
fire.
said? Theorize? Fire. Theorize. Eh. I need to upgrade my fire. Okay.
Not
I got a bonus success. Ooh. Okay.
Wow.
Oh well. Hopefully
3
three's
successes is enough for this.
enough. Okay.
So, you have just heard two other of your group claim to have gotten orders from their lord that went towards Gazoku plots. Atomo Ayuri seemed afraid of some sort of conspiracy. She seemed like a conspiracy nut. The Crane are somehow involved with the Gazoku and wanted her under their thumb as one of their scribes.
And that's what you were sent
Oh.
to do.
Yikes. So Daisuke, like, you know, with your help, thankfully, like puts that together, and like realizes that he condemned Otomo Ayuri, with his prior mission, and feels that he's gonna need to make a lot of apologies to her once all this clears up. Oh boy.
When was the last time you wrote to her or received word from her? Do you know if she even still lives?
Well,
It
last
was
I can recall was before we left for the forest.
yeah.
As far as I'm aware, she's fine.
Does
I
that
would-
mean that the Lion Clan is involved in this plot too? She says, looking over at Satoru.
Satoru
I wouldn't be
gives you
surprised if
a-
multiple clans were infiltrated at
So-
this point.
Satoru gives you a wink with the big eye. That's
He's just sitting
With the
there
big
making faces
eyelash.
around his gag underneath the curtain. Well, obviously at least some of the Lion Clan are involved.
I get the feeling it could be further.
And I also do feel that when I returned from the city of the Rich Frog as well, I attempted to consult some of our Shiginja into helping me heal the scar that I received on my face, and seemed no one wanted to apply any of their magics onto me. I have a feeling that there was a little more involvement in that.
Could it be that mark is meant to denote some kind of information?
Well, considering that my cousin was also part of the Pink Cranes as well, since we didn't have her become the next White Dragon, probably caused a bit of upset.
What exactly are those pink cranes, anyways?
I
Yeah, who do they think they are?
suspect
Pompous.
that they are.
Such pompous, arrogant, frilly. Naren starts going off.
I suspect that
Don't
they
get too
are.
upset, you might pop up. But
That they are ladies being trained under the influence of the Gazoku to be married off to imperial officials.
Or, well,
isn't that what Crane do all the time?
yes, but specifically to help the Gazoku cause.
Oh.
Crystal, you have a
And-
little
Probably
extra
not a good
information
thing.
on this, I think, right?
A little bit, maybe. I'm not sure if I told everyone already, but
You did not.
shoot.
There's one other clan involved in that whole scheme.
The deer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
We
dear.
I
did talk
already
about
brought that
that.
up specifically just now.
Yeah.
But Doji Sakurako, because she did so poorly in the poetry competition, instead of being married off in a prestigious wedding to the imperial family, she got shipped off to the Deer Clan.
Crane?
After all this, I'll travel myself to make sure that she's all right. I want to see her being mistreated.
Basically, what you can glean from that is those that fail become gifts to other loyal subjects within the Gazoku.
Hmm.
That would make sense.
I suppose you'll go and see her if we're all still alive at the end of this, which I highly doubt.
Yes.
Considering how deep this rabbit hole goes, I would suggest that we all be equally as paranoid as I am.
By
Or
the way,
make
your
your-
camera's super
your
blurry,
eliminating-
Tarek.
How pretty.
Stop
and a little
blurring your
creepy.
face.
Usually works when I get closer to them.
You know what I do when it
There you
gets
go.
fuzzy?
There you go.
I just open the
much
camera
better.
application.
It just sometimes like goes crazy and then needs me to like put my face right up against the wall.
So one thing Yale haven't told Narn is the nature of the Sage of Spiders.
Or anything that happened in the cave, really.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about the stuff that happened here yet. Just
Yes.
the conspiracy.
Mhm.
So why am I covered in...
Spider
Web.
silk? Well, apparently the Sage of Spiders refused to see you die in his domain. While, well,
His
don't quote
spiders
me on
healed you.
Mhm.
I don't know how he managed that, but it's pretty amazing. In fact, I saw the man whose arm you cut off, and his arm appears to have been reattached and bandaged with spider silk.
James,
Mm-hmm.
you talked to the Kuni Daimyo, right? At the wedding? Was it you or was it Matt or was it Tarek? Who-
It was
I don't
some of us did speak with the Kuni Daimyo. I still remember handling the tarantula.
That's right. It was
I-
you. It was you, Matt. You
Ah.
remember her saying that spiders have great healing abilities?
Oh,
Remember, she did experiments on spider eggs, and she could use them to heal great ailments. The problem is she couldn't get enough spiders to do
To do the
to
thing.
do the thing.
Because their eggs
okay.
are so
So we're
tiny.
probably gonna be doing some networking between these spider monks and the
Networking.
crab.
Wow. Web working, if you will.
I'll be right back. Just need to take a quick bio break.
Anyway, he had the spiders heal you. I'm not sure if that's some kind of skill that I could learn or not, but it's pretty amazing.
It is impressive.
I was wondering why I wasn't dead.
It was solid work to keep you. Well,
I lost the duel. What is that still doing here? And she points to the sticky stick.
Well, the man whose arm you cut off was in no position to take it at the time. He was rushed off at the same time you were. I suppose it just got left. But I assume its final place would have ended up being the same. I hope.
You did not give it to the sage then.
He seemed to think it was more important that we hear his story and then decide what we wanted to do. In fact, he seemed to be under the impression that we were here to kill him.
What story?
why would we want to kill him?
I don't know. I think it has something to do with you, Kuranagi.
Me? Why me? I'm
Would
just.
not be the first sage she has attempted to kill.
Yeah, but I wouldn't travel that fast to him.
She like laughs and then coughs and then stops laughing.
Well, considering that he is ex-Shosuro, I wouldn't be surprised about his paranoia.
He
Ex-Shoshone.
clearly has a special dislike for Kuronagi.
Go figure. I'm one of the nicest people you ever knew.
I know, I don't know where he got this idea.
Well, considering that he said that there was something within him that he was afraid of.
Must be lies and slander.
I think he's worried about whatever's within him reacting to whatever's within you.
It's weird. There's nothing inside of me.
Oh, those childbearing hips don't lie. I'm
She's
joking.
just like,
That's out of character. That's out
Titans
of
of
character.
kimono, like.
That's out of character.
Kuronagi's gonna carve your eyes out in your sleep now. Sorry.
That was out of character. That's not canon to the to what happened.
Just teleport them
I don't
right out
know.
of his eye sockets.
Exactly.
That's one word for it.
Sorry, I need to make a joke in there somehow. I'm like, see if it works. All right.
Where
So
were
back
we?
to the topic on hand.
So again, I'm
License
not
plate.
sure what you mean. There's nothing really inside of me that's different than anyone else. I'm just me. Could it be that they have like some kind of weird prejudice because they used to be Scorpion? I mean, I get it. My time as a Scorpion hasn't necessarily been the most easy.
Well,
Well, I'm willing to chalk it up as he has his own reasons, but we'll be open and honest about whatever information he shares with us to you.
Okay, so what does that mean for me?
It means you get to guard the prisoner when we talk to him.
Great.
well,
To hang out with Mr.
At least it seems his tongue is currently tied.
yes,
I
young
Could
So
always
gagged
be
him.
suspicious of that.
Yes, I'm not exactly proud of myself for it, but I was tired of him.
Yes, he did try to strike a deal with the Sage, but the Sage wasn't going to deal with his impudence.
Perhaps
Though
you
he-
should have let him talk, if only to let the sage cut out his tongue himself.
Well, we
Well,
still
the
need
Sage
to
did
take
we
him
still
chain
need
him and hang
that.
him from the ceiling for a while.
Once we lift the curse, he'll be able to write, won't he?
Now
Yes.
seems very exhausted.
Yes,
I'm also tired with Satoru's bullshit.
since we're confessing things we aren't proud of anyway tonight, I will go ahead and say I already had the thought multiple times that he does not need his eyes to tell us what he knows.
That was a wee bit aggressive.
I'm that pissed off at him.
I would suggest a paddle, but
Okay, I think we missed
What-
that.
what else?
The joke
What else
line.
happened? What else happened in that cave? What did you see?
floating, moving chains, distorted crystals.
Spiders.
Hmm.
What do
Lots
you
of
mean
spiders.
distorted crystals?
There were crystals embedded in the walls of the passageway. They seemed to glow.
You mean like jade?
Corey?
It
Probably-
wasn't jade;
probably-
they were clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
More
figured.
like
Diamond or
Quartz.
quartz?
Like quartz?
Yeah.
Naren thinks for a minute, and then she grabs her pack and starts to root around in it. And after a few seconds, she produces a crystal. And she holds it out and she says, "Did they look anything like this?"
Yes, very much like that.
They are supposed to. She glances like very almost imperceptibly toward Kuranagi, as she kind of hesitates, and then she speaks. Interact with some type of shadow magic that some of the Shishiro possess. I don't know much about it, except that I need it. I need it as proof of its existence.
You need the crystal to prove the magic exists?
Yes. I was told that it will absorb some fragment of the magic. But I would need to, let's just say, take some unsavory measures in order to have that happen.
So,
Do I feel any certain way about her pulling that out, Corey?
Yeah, you don't like yeah, when it gets pulled out, it's something that kind of makes you nervous, kind of like a phobia would. Like a little bit of fight or flight. You're kind of like, instead of running, you're just kind of like frozen for a second until you kind of catch your breath.
Could I have Daisuke take notice of that, or would I have to do a roll?
Make a sentiment check versus skullduggery.
Okay, sentiment.
Can you unlock the rolls? You have it as.
Oh yeah,
TN1.
yeah. It's for this is like TN1, but it's actually against each other. So and you can use. Let me see. Yeah, air skullduggery versus I think analyze.
Okay.
Sentiment.
All right, and I will spend a void for that as well.
Damn.
Woo. All right. 1, 2, 3. Oh, definitely taking those.
All right. Since you got 4 bonus successes and Kuranagi has 3 bonus successes, Doji Daisuke notices for just a moment that Kuranagi has a bit of worry, a tell of worry, like a micro expression or some tell.
I imagine her gaze just lingers on it for a little longer than expected.
Yeah.
Plus, probably the usual very emotive face goes flat for just a moment.
You wouldn't happen to suspect that the Scorpion are probably looking for a way to infiltrate the cave and needs a sample of that magic to analyze?
The magic, I assume, is something that they would have no need for. It, from what I can gather, is incompatible with their abilities. Or from what I can assume.
Yeah, the Scorpion would need a sample of it. They have it.
They have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
my
not the
brother-in-law.
scorpion as a whole, but like this is one family versus another wanting information.
My brother-in-law gave me this. I wonder where he got it from, she says, and then she puts the crystal away.
So far from the sage's actions, I wouldn't want to do anything that would compromise the man's safety, since he had saved your life.
She frowns slightly.
If this magic is within the sage, it might be possible that he thinks those crystals will keep everyone safe from him.
Perhaps if they absorb the magic, they can,
From him?
I don't know.
He
Weaken
expressed that he was
Or-
afraid of coming out of the cave because of what's inside of himself. He's not afraid of something external harming him, but of what might come out of him. He seems to think he is filled with the nothing.
Naren really wishes she was conscious now. In the cave.
Oh, well. There's nothing stopping you from going back.
He did also.
A little bit of pride, currently.
He did also invite us to talk with him after we had regrouped and talked amongst ourselves.
We shouldn't stay here for too long. I will remind us that we are still being followed.
Oh, and this is mostly a passing thought, but if he is interested in assisting us getting rid of the contingent tailing us, I think we should perhaps take the opportunity to ask for his help and maybe take down the contingent of Scorpion going after us.
There are many scorpion on our tail, and asking him to assist would only endanger him and all the people he has with him.
But they have already tangled with this Shishiro following us once before. If they are encroaching on their territory, they may wish to do so again, and it would be better for us to combine our efforts if that is the case, rather than to each continue to face them alone. It is not a bad proposition to bring to him.
Yes, maybe we can figure out a plan of at least how to get rid of their leaders.
We have been running from the Scorpion for too long. It would be nice to bring the fight to them.
And who knows how long it would take us to get for us to get to Mamikake. The less interference we receive, the better off we would be. It probably would be a good idea for me to visit their iron forges. I need to repair my katana.
I mean, that's how role-playing games are.
Oh yeah. I mean, like
No. I'm talking to Sasha.
I mean, like, I just mean that she's not quite normal. He's like, yeah, let me at him. Let me at him. You again. I'm ready.
I mean, I think the more we video gamify stuff, the more we're like, oh, have you seen the last Batman movie where Batman like runs, like flies and hits a truck and then hits a bridge and then flies into an alley after jumping off a like 10-story building, and then he just like walks away like, oh, that was fine. Oh, and he also took a bomb to the face. It's like, no,
what else are you gonna do?
it's okay. He had more hit points.
This is the epitome of what someone said in the Discord server. You know, it's just a flesh wound. Walk it off.
Exactly.
Just a flesh wound.
He's not even limping.
Also, I saw on the Discord from the user who named himself Bayushi. Totally canon, bro. Totally canon.
Yeah.
Rice bags.
Yeah.
A
Hey,
bomb.
join our Discord. So, are y'all ready to go back and see the stage?
Yes. Daisuke is, if everyone else is ready.
Okay.
Sure.
You
All right.
make your way back
I
to
feel
the
bad
cave.
that Kuronagi can't go again. We're all like, yo, let's go see the
Let's-
wizard.
Yes.
And Kuronagi's
Make
just
sure
like,
we have
I'd
that.
honestly very much
net.
like to talk to this person, but from what I gather, that isn't possible.
The four of you and Sans Kuronagi enter the cave. And as you walk into the room, he's being lowered down from the chains and stands before you and says, you have returned to me.
Yes.
That we have. And
What conclusions have you made?
We believe that the spider would be good allies to our cause.
Interesting. And why would I ally with you? What are your ultimate goals?
at the moment, to put an end to the Gozoku and whatever influence they're trying to do against the Empire. And we're also willing to join you in fighting against this contingent of Scorpion that has been tailing us.
Ah, yes, the intruders. I suspected that you might offer me an alliance to destroy them. It is as I have foreseen it. I can't. I can't.
Excellent tedious impression as always.
He says, there is only one obstacle in our way. If we were to devote forces to attack the Scorpion, there's another group ready to stymie our attack, can sow confusion within our ranks.
And who might that be?
You met them before.
Are you talking about the flowers?
I care not of the Sage of Flowers. I speak of the spirit who plague my monks with endless music.
I totally
Yes, of
thought you were gonna
course.
say it was the rattlings.
Those dirty rats!
Oh my
Bring
God.
me
I
that
have-
tiny chittering heads.
That
I have
tiny
seen them trying to
twitching
train
noses.
turtles in the art of ninjutsu. And
Oh
soon
my
enough,
goodness.
I will
I
have
was-
obtained an
Oh.
appetite for turtle
It's not
soup.
even funny how seriously I thought that was what you were gonna say. I was not ready at all.
the
I would
rattlings.
100%. I
When
would
they
100%.
appear, my armies coo and begin and squee and begin to pet them and can do nothing
I was
else.
crying.
I honestly thought you were gonna say Kuronagi. I was like, looks like I got a dip again.
Hey, guys.
Y'all totally forgot about the music. That makes the monks go
No,
crazy.
I did not forget about that. That
I
was the
didn't
whole
forget.
point of
I
the
just
weapon we just
Thought
got.
rattlings first. I don't know.
Oh, okay, guys, can we get back to it?
Okay, right. The spirits that plague us with strife-filled music.
Of course, that is, after all, why we first came here. We have the artifact that we were told could help with that.
Naurin draws said artifact.
Yes, you have retrieved it. Unfortunately, one of my monks desired it. And that is what brought us to this situation in the first place. I fault not my monks for following their desires. But remember to follow yours as well. And
Kuranagi retrieved it.
interesting. Perhaps he'll be able to see what I see.
And
By the way,
desire,
go ahead. Sorry.
and I desire to keep it and give it to my uncle.
I will gift you this item only if you can stop these spirits from plaguing us. This item will catch the spirits within the web, netting them.
Out of character just had the silly image of all of us with butterfly nets jumping around in the forest going, woo!
That's exactly what you're doing, yes. That's...
SpongeBob episode.
No, I mean as in like chibi forms of us as an anime
Yeah, of
break
course.
before a commercial break.
By the way, Wargiz says, wow, looks like things have been tough for the Emperor since the fall of the Empire. And Dragon Legion says,
fallen on hard times.
Palpatine needs to stay in his franchise. He's already had enough screen time. I'm sorry, Dragon Legion, but somehow Palpatine has returned.
He's possessing you. He's possessing our game master.
Unlimited power.
Unlimited power! Do it!
Does the sage have like so Naurin's like watching him carefully. Does he have a particularly strange tattoo that kind
So, Sasha, you are breaking up really bad. I heard you say, does he have a particularly strange tattoo?
moves when you're not looking at
Oh my god, it's so bad.
Yeah, like so. From what I can interpret, particularly strange tattoo that moves whenever you're not looking at it.
Now
like
I'm
a
What?
And Tarek's
There goes
gone.
Tarek.
Probably
Can't
trying
hear
to
you,
fix the
Sasha,
connection.
without Tarek. And
The
everybody's
nail
in the
that
wrong
sticks out is
spot.
struck. Farewell, Tarek. Tarek, poke a bush, a snake comes out.
Crystal, you're the game master now.
Oh!
Boundary crashed, by the way.
we can hear you now. Whoa.
Let me just get everybody back in
didn't-
their own box.
Oh no, snakes! Ah, snakes!
The Brady
I
Bunch.
obviously
Blade.
didn't catch anything, by the way, because we
I don't know if y'all
cut out
caught what she
immediately.
said either.
Only kind of. Does he have
I'll
an
say it.
unusual tattoo?
Yeah,
that
does
moves
he have
whenever
like
you're
a
not
weird tattoo that kind of moves when you're not really looking at it?
So give me one
Because you know
moment.
reasons.
Is this a serious question? Uh-oh.
Yes, this is a completely serious question.
Give me a second. I can answer it. But first, everybody's got to move back to their own spot. There.
Do you have 6
don't
fingers on
wanna
your
know.
right hand?
So he does have a strange tattoo that
Apparently
kind
he
of
does have
looks
6
like what you're looking for, but it does not move when you look away. It stays in place, goes nowhere.
That says a lot.
Naren will speak plainly. She will like pull out the crystal once again as she has, and say, and like kind of examine it against the other crystals that are in the cavern,
to kind of see for herself. And she will say, "Am I correct in presuming these are the same material?"
Ah, you have protection. That is good.
My allies say you chain yourself here for, is it for your own protection or for theirs? And she like nods outside to the entrance of the cave.
What is the difference? I will be consumed. You will be consumed. We will all vanish eventually if I am released.
You judge Kuranagi so harshly, but if you have found a way to stop this darkness that you fear inside of yourself, why do you not help her? Why do you push her away?
Sometimes. I have never met somebody like myself that has thoroughly rejected the gifts. I am distrustful of everything. If she is truly wishing herself free of the nothing, perhaps she can join me chained in this cave. But one day, my men will come for her if she does not, and put her to a crystal blade.
She has a job to do, same as the rest of us.
She is your friend, but you carry a weapon against her. Obviously, you are not a stupid person. You know what is going on. You have a shield.
I trust Kuranagi completely. I trust her with my life.
Then
She
why
is my
carry
partner.
that? Where did
She
you
is
get
my-
it?
She is my partner and she is like a sister to me. However, Kuranagi is also the most lethal person I have ever met. And I am not stupid. My brother-in-law gave me this crystal to
Yup.
protect me.
Who is your brother?
What was his first name?
Bayushi.
That's not his first name.
I don't remember.
I don't remember his
Migi.
first name.
Migi.
Oh yeah. I have him under
Ah.
NPCs, don't I?
Bayushi-san.
Ro?
Right?
His name is Bayushi-san.
Bayushi Migihito.
Migihito.
Okay. So then she says Bayushi Migihito.
Bayushi. Your Bayushi family.
Yes, I am on Mushashuyo. That was my way of leaving my brother for his safety and for my own safety while I investigated this plot.
Bayushi Dono. He is starting to protect himself and his followers. Good. What else did he tell you?
He told me that in order for myself to not be killed upon my return, that I would need to slay a Shishiro who wields the shadow magic and use this crystal to draw the power out so that I may have proof of its existence. A threat to
Nonsense.
leverage against them.
Impossible! You cannot draw the shadow out of somebody who has been branded with its taint. I would
Are
have
you
discovered it long ago.
Are you suggesting then what other reason would he have for giving this to me and telling me that? He could have simply offered it to me as protection and I would have taken it. There was no need for him to lie about such a thing.
Knowledge, physical proof, would be a valuable weapon against the shadow. True. Against the lying darkness. But could it be true? Could Bayushi Dono have actually created this weapon? And then here you are before me, with a way to draw it out of me. Bayushi Dono. I am sorry. This is true. Naren, could you cure me?
Is that what you wish?
More than anything.
If that is your desire, then I can do so.
Then let us revel in our desires.
Desire is a sin.
No, Rin, you did say you would have to do something unsavory.
That is correct.
You might want to leave the room.
There's always a price
We're
to pay.
about to get busy.
No. I'm not
Here we go again.
banging another sage. I'm not collecting them like Pokemon cards. No.
Like Hanafuda cards, excuse me.
Oh, that's how you reverse the curse. You sleep with every sage.
Oh God.
I'm learning all their techniques, baby.
Matt has his special God-given quest, and by God, so do I.
If God didn't want me to bang all the sages, why did he give me such a banging bod?
Yeah, if Benton didn't want me to bang all these sages, why'd she bless me? Clearly, I've been going about this all wrong. All right. Oh my God. Gotta breathe now.
Mother
Gotta
of
breathe.
God.
Is Doc watching us right now?
Yeah. Apparently.
I mean, if she sleeps with every sage, is it a possibility that she becomes Mother of God?
Oh God. Mother of all sages. All right.
I think the word rhymes with mother, but I don't think it's quite the same.
Well, we can leave it here until next week because we are 2 hours in, and I know we have players that cannot go any further. So, we will wrap here and see what happens with the crystal and the sage next time on Shadow Empire. From Crystal, Sasha, Matt, James, and Tarek, my name's Corey, telling you to go roll some dice.